Hey, what's going on, Brian? This is Gerald.
Oh, just driving around in some rain, just finished working.
Oh, there you. Oh man, I hope you're working indoors.
Yeah, wait, we're done.
That's good.
We're done for the day.
Gotcha. Are you? Is that the one for the company, or is that your side project that you're working on? I know you told me you're
No,
working on a few.
today today was my regular job stuff.
Okay. Okay.
So, so
Um. All right. Well, I know we talked a little bit yesterday about getting some terms outlined in regards to essentially what it's called is a seller finance. And so doing some little research, I hate to bring this up to you, man, because essentially what my company would do is we'll go and buy property where rental properties are performing strong. Duncan, Oklahoma, not that it's not performing strong. I think it's a growing market. There's about 20,000 population. It doesn't seem to have comparable rent rates where I can compare apples to apples. Like if there was another two bed, one bath down the street, renting for
yeah,
1,500, 1,800, I could use that, run with it, and just go based off of that analyzation. But it looks here that there really isn't. And I know you mentioned you showed me some photos of what it could potentially rent out for. Those
yeah.
we can't really carry too much weight with that, right?
Uh-huh.
So it's gonna be a tough comp. And I know one of them, 406 North B Street, that you sent, sold for 58,000, was a 3 bedroom, 2 bath.
Yeah,
And let's see here, this one, 2 bedroom, 1 bath,
yeah.
200 square foot more. Yeah, that's right next
That
door,
house
right?
don't need, yeah, that house don't need enough central heat now. They got window units and wall units.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
Gotcha. And then
the
yours.
house I've got
Uh-huh.
central heat. I never put air in because my grandmother didn't want air. She liked using the window unit still, so
Yeah,
I just installed central heat, man.
I got you. I got you, man. Okay, so I I I, I want to say we're gonna cancel ourselves out as someone that's gonna want to carry the note on this one, just because it's just not a market that's not performing strong in the rental space. Give or take, though, if we did get some really good terms, I would consider it still, though. But as of right now, um, we're just solely focused on getting the ones that, if we know that we can cash flow from day one, would be an absolute
Yeah,
deal for us, right? So with this one, it just looks like we'd
right.
just be holding it. Um, so I did want to ask you, though, because on my notes here, it does show that you finally gone through probate, and then I think our initial conversation was you wanted the buyer to pay for the $4,000 tax, or the bill for their attorney. Where are you at in that process? Had that already been paid off?
No, it's still everything's exactly the same. I went to mow the yard once. I haven't done anything. A little bit more cleaned out of it, but it still likes a lot of getting all the junk out of it and stuff. So,
Gotcha. Okay.
but the probate was 3,500. Um, yeah, we went back and forth on a complete cash deal, and then you make me some offers, and I said I would do that if whoever was buying it would include paying the probate,
Mm-hmm.
so that that way I wouldn't have lost that much of what I actually wanted.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um,
Okay.
so if you got all the notes there, then you know.
And okay, I appreciate that. And have you seen, or maybe like explored other options, like listing it on the market, possibly with an agent?
Got it cleaned out, you know.
Okay.
I
I
haven't
mean,
got it marketable ready as far as that goes. You know, if I'm gonna do that, then I might as well do some updates and
yeah,
clean it up. And you're talking about the market there. Well, you do know the big is they got a big oil company there, Halliburton. They got you know, a lot of Halliburton employees. That's a big, huge oil company.
I got you.
So that you know,
So a lot of
that's a
the
plus.
a lot of the times, when having to speak to it with so many homeowners looking to offload the property, there's usually a reason why they wouldn't want to put it on the market. Most times than not, it's because the end buyer, which is the person, the family that's going to buy the property after all fixed up, they typically would apply for what they call a FHA loan, and FHA rules, or what would you call it? They go by Freddie May or Freddie Mac appraisal guidelines. And if the property, the condition doesn't pass the guidelines, usually the seller would have to go and fix it up. So is that the reason why you're wanting to get it marketable, so that way you wouldn't have to deal with the buyer guidelines having to go against that?
No, I don't. It's a little over an hour away, and I just don't have time to go down there and mess with it. That's why I was just gonna sell it and get, just basically get rid of it for peace of mind, so I don't have to mess with it.
Yeah, gotcha. And so
I can do something down here in Burke or Wichita.
Yeah, I've helped many people. They go, I'm not a licensed realtor, but we buy cash outright. So we typically are the companies that can take care of a property and get it off your hands. Whereas with realtors, they can take care of it. You wouldn't necessarily have to make it marketable, clean it up, or repair it. They could list it and still would, still be able to sell it quick. Just not as fast as your an ordinary property would, that's all fixed up, right? Because you're looking at an ideal uh, particular buyer pool, right? So that being said, man, I mean, I know last time we also talked, you mentioned that you're looking to just rent this thing out. Is that still an option for you?
Yeah, I've had people. The guy across the street, his aunt or whoever lives over there, she's handicapped. He's come over and asked me about renting it. I've got some friends that work at Halliburton asked me about renting it. The guy down the street, 2 houses down, he bought that property. He's got like 29 properties in Duncan. He asked me about buying it when I decided what I wanted to do with it. I haven't talked to him. I get so tied up in doing everything down here that by the time I'm done, I don't feel like driving an hour and messing with stuff.
Yeah, I gotcha.
It just keeps snowballing. It's my whole purpose. It just keeps snowballing, and I don't want it to be another 5 years, and that house is just sitting there and it's doing me any good. And I have to pay taxes and everything on it. So that's why I just thought I'll call one of you guys who you see them a dime a dozen. We buy this quick close. We'll take cash any condition. And they make it sound like you can call them and say, "Hey, my house is for sale. Make me an offer." And within a week you got sold. You got cash in your hand. That's the only reason I started this process. But I found out that's not the case. It's almost more headache dealing with this crap than it is nothing. I mean, you can put a sign down there and just put for sale, and if somebody wants to buy it, they can buy it. If they don't want to, then keep going. I don't care. I could eventually clean it up. Hopefully, one day, if I don't sell it, and rent it out.
Yeah. Well, yeah. No, I mean, to me, it sounds like you do have plenty of options, and all my job is basically gathering information, and we always intend on making the situation a win-win for everyone. So I have you on one side, and I have the underwriting team who are telling me all the data, all the analytics on the other side. My job is just to keep the thing together and see if we can make a deal work for everyone. And I again, right? I let them know about our conversation. We do like this market in regards to just throwing it back on the market, fixing it up, throwing it back on the market. Do you think hypothetically, if we were to somehow be able to get an offer approved for somewhere around like 15,000, would there be any way that we can put this deal together and make this work?
You had the last time you did that, you told me 16,000, and you would do it and cover the I believe you said you'd cover the probate and all that, so it would have wound up being like 19,500. And now you're at 15,000. You know, I don't know. You know, it's been valued at 29,000, and the houses around it sold. Both the houses on each side sold, and they're really not as in. I don't know. I just say they're in the same condition.
Gotcha.
You know, but it wouldn't take much. You know, like I said before, that has a 10 by 10 room on the back. It's a utility room, but you could put a closet in it and close the wall in and put a door in it and make it a 3-bedroom real easy.
Gotcha. No, yeah, I understand. I mean, from the point of view that you're looking at it from, it doesn't take much because you're in the business, obviously. Like, you know what it needs: the floors, the roof, the windows. Gotcha.
You know, that's the hard part. You know.
Yeah, but what you're saying here is it's snowballing, and it's becoming a thing where 5 years down the road, if you end up keeping it, it's just going to cause more issues. I mean, this is an offer that we could just completely take this off your hands in the next 30 days.
So you would you would give me $15,000. You would give me $15,000 check, because we were talking about $20,000 check my last time, and then you would cover the probate fee.
We'd be able to cover the probate fee, so that's 35. So let's see.
Yeah, so that would be 18,500 altogether, right?
Yes, sir.
That way I wouldn't have to pay that.
So the 18,500 altogether.
Yeah, you put $15,000 in my. Write me a check for $15,000, and we do the contract where y'all cover all the costs and the probate and shit.
All the closing costs. Sorry. Correct. No, you're fine. You're fine.
And probate and all that. I would strongly consider doing that. We were, like I said, we were at $16,000 the last time you come back on me. So that's $1,000 less, but if you could do it and get it done, I would really consider doing that.
We can get it done. I do apologize. I don't mean to go back and forth. I just, with notes that I've taken close to a quarter ago, things are always subject to change. So, okay. Well, look, man, I appreciate you for trying to work with me, and I'm going to go to bat for you and see if there's any way we can put this together. And we're going to help you either way. So I can make this work for everyone. I'll try to get the final decision right away and get in touch with the team. Is there a good time I can get the paperwork in front of you? That way I can go and speak. We'll go through all that together. That's just company policy, and outline everything that's on that written agreement. And I'll even put the additional terms, us taking care of the $3,500 tax bill, which is not the tax bill, the probate. Yeah. By the way, with the probate, the attorney, he would have to, so he would be involved with the escrow. So when I open up the title, the title will be in contact with him. So they would be wiring the bill, wiring the payment tickets. Exactly. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would probably involve him in all this, so that way I can just make sure everything is kosher. He probably knows more about all that crap than I do. But like I said, at the end of the day, I can get his information and then go talk to him and tell him what we're doing. I'm selling the house. They're going to cover your probate fees, and then you'll have to do, because you haven't filed the title yet. It's still at where it's at. And he once told me it would be easier if I sold it, because he could just do it all at one time.
Correct.
And wouldn't have to put it in my name and go through all that crap. He could do a different form, file it with the courthouse, and be done. So
correct. Okay.
If you can do that, put that together, $15,000 in my pocket, pay all that closing costs, the probate fee, and all
Yeah,
that.
escrow
then
fees, all the transaction
I'll do that.
fees. Yeah, we'll take care of standard
I would do
policy.
that.
Gotcha. Okay. So what
I
I'll
would do
do,
that.
I'll send that over to your email.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. Now, would there be a better time for you and I to get on the phone so we can go over the agreement?
Just pretty much, mostly in the evenings.
Okay.
I do a lot of random stuff throughout the day, and whether it's my car stuff or we're doing a small job on the side or whatever. But mostly like after 5 is fine. Anytime after 5, my time.
Not a problem.
You know, what's your time out there right now?
My time right now is at 5 to 11 right now.
Okay, 5
Yeah.
till 11. So I've got 5 till 1. Okay.
Okay.
So it would be earlier for you. So 3 o'clock for you.
Not a big deal for me. Yeah. I'm just gonna take my wife and the kiddo to go take photos with Santa Claus. So I'm big chilling today. So once you're ready, we'll be able to get that paperwork together, and I'll send it over. We'll talk over the terms, all that we agreed upon, and we'll get this ball rolling. Should be able to open up title on Monday. I'll get Lori, our transaction coordinator, to open up prelim. Prelim's going to show me exactly if liens, all that looks good. Probate is completed. We'll schedule a walkthrough to take photos and videos to confirm the condition, and we'll set the closing date, and we'll be good to go from there.
Okay, sounds good.
All right. Well, hey, Brian, I appreciate you for all that information. Again, apologize for going back and forth. Just promise it's not my intention to give you a hard time. I just want to make this work out for the both of us. And I'll get in touch with my team and find out. Let me know what's the best time, and we can go forward.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, Brian. Take care.
Bye.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.